Hey guys, welcome back to another GTA 6 video. My name is Saintsfan, and today we're going to be taking a look at some new tidbits of info regarding the game, regarding the release date specifically. As the title suggests, it's now sort of rumored that it's not coming out until 2025, which is something none of us want to hear. And honestly, I think all of us need to take this with a grain of salt, mainly because even though what we're going to look at does sort of check out, that's still 3 years away. A lot can happen in 3 years. Rockstar can, do things quicker. They can do things slower. They can decide to cut some things, which we know they like to do to make things happen quicker. The one thing I do think is that 2024, 2025 is definitely the release year time frame for this game. If you were hoping this game was coming out next year in 2023, I think you're going to be hoping for something that's just not going to happen. I just think after this giant leak that just occurred, 2023 next year, that is just too soon. Mainly because if it was next year, Rockstar would surely be promoting it already. So let's take a look at this info. So the first thing is this person, Adrian Pereira, I don't know how to say his name. Apparently, this guy is a gaming insider. He's leaked some things regarding Forspoken, Skull and Bones, Cyberpunk's update. I believe even he called the delay of the new Harry Potter game. So he seemingly has connections. He tweeted this a couple days ago. Grand Theft Auto 6 is set to release in 2025. Now, this could just be a guess on his part. Again, take it with a grain of salt. He has leaked some stuff in the past as far as other games go, but I think just saying something's going to release 3 years from now, even if you are a reputable leaker, is just something you really can't predict. It's just too far out. However, what does make this a little bit more interesting is this bit of info we got from FunMW2. So the top part, we're not really going to take a look at. The bottom paragraph is where the info starts. He says, we know GTA 6 development started around 2014. The game was in full development prior to Red Dead Redemption 2's release. However, it was rebooted as per a reliable source around the time Red Dead Redemption 2 did release. Plus, what Jason Schreier said a couple years ago about them scrapping initial plans. And he went more in detail about this because, of course, a lot of us were wondering, like, what the hell, what is he even talking about? So he says, as the codename suggests, the game was actually planned to feature Vice City and one major city or more from South America. That's why it was titled, the codename was Project Americas. But that has since been dialed back to reduce crunch, as per Jason's Bloomberg report about a year or two ago. It says GTA 6 was in full of development prior to Red Dead Redemption 2's release, but it was rebooted around the time that game did come out. Rockstar submitted a patent, and one of its inventors didn't actually join until 2019, so only 3 years ago. Since then, Rockstar recruited more animation R&D team developers than usual, most specified in machine learning techniques, and the leaked development footage showcases the animation/locomotion team efforts featuring their demos of features. And finally, while the crunch concerns were surely a part of reasons behind the reboot, Rockstar probably acquired a new animation tech as well, and so this reboot happened for a couple of reasons, and it apparently is all working out in favor of Rockstar. So the reason this is interesting is because it kind of puts that 2025 date into perspective. If they truly did sort of reboot the game in 2018, 2019, then technically they've only been really working on the game for the last, 3-ish years, which isn't a whole lot of time in development terms. I think something similar actually happened to Cyberpunk 2077, and while it is a good game, and a lot of people are going back to it now, especially with the anime and everything, at launch it definitely had its fair share of problems because it was pushed out too early, and I don't think Rockstar and Take-Two want to have anything similar to that happen, which is why 2024, 2025 is kind of realistic as far as release dates go. What is interesting is we got to learn a little bit more about what the game was originally supposed to look like. I think one of the leaks a while ago was that there were supposed to be 4 protagonists. And if there were going to be 2 major cities, Vice City and then somewhere in South America, that kind of checks out. Like, the game that they were originally trying to make sounds freaking massive, which is probably why they decided to cut it down, because if they wanted to make that original game, I mean, they might be developing it for like 15 years, if not longer. Also, this checks out with what has been leaked that at launch, the game's going to be sort of smaller scale and that they're going to expand it over time. Now, whether that means expanded it just in like the online aspect or the single player aspect, we don't know. But I could definitely see a world where they get the game out, you know, make sure Vice City, that part is good. And then we actually go to South America and go to some of the other places they wanted to include. Maybe even meet some of those protagonists, those 2 other protagonists that they originally had planned. That fits with sort of everything we know so far about what Rockstar wants to do with this title. And then the other point that was made was that there's like a whole new animation team. Like, they probably got a whole bunch of new animation stuff. And that's very exciting because animations are always great. And you got to see a little bit of that in some of those leaked videos if anyone watched them. I mean, it's not a big thing, but there was one where like a guy was on the ground crawling. I mean, I don't think that's really a thing, or hasn't been a thing in any Rockstar games. Like, that's probably something new they were making. But yeah, this was a pretty interesting bit of info regarding the game and regarding the release date. Even though 2025 is 3 years away, you can sort of see why people are now thinking that might be the time it comes out. If they did reboot the game or sort of restart development of the game only in 2019, it kind of makes sense why the game might not release, you know, real soon. But again, like Rockstar stated in their little apology or their little statement a couple days ago, they do plan on showing it soon. So even though the game might not release for a while, we should be getting that trailer within the next month or so. So that's something to definitely be on the lookout for. But anyway, that's going to do it for the video. As always, if there's more GTA 6 news, info, any of that, I'll let you guys know. Keep you guys updated. So hit that subscribe button if you guys are new around here. Thank you all for watching. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one.